Hi and welcome to Mommy Diaries. As we all know, this show is about motherhood, parenting, and this amazing journey ya go godisa bana ba rona. On today's show, I have the beautiful, Mo Setumo. Oh, montle yang. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. I always ask people, like, for example, ke bana re kopana ko strateng, ke hello, okay? How are you? And I want the honest answer. Not like, I'm fine. How are you? How are you doing?
We're going right into the deep end.
Into the deep. Even if it's today, it doesn't have to be
today,
the entire life. Just today, how are you doing?
Listen, I'm surviving.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
But I'm surviving. I'm in a good place now than I was a few years ago.
Yeah.
So actually, I can actually say now, in this moment, I'm good.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
But I'm good.
Yeah. And for people who haven't seen you do any interviews, like who doesn't know anything about Gates, who is Mo and where's Mo from?
That question is so tricky for me because I feel like it's a misteen question because I don't know what to say. And then I forget other things about myself because I've done so many
but
things.
Also, there's not enough time to everything. But like in summary, where you from?
Yes.
And,
So how the public came to know me, obviously I'm an actress.
Yeah.
But before that, I was a radio producer. I actually went to school for radio. So I qualified in radio broadcasting. And then acting has always been in my blood because I started from a young age with my mom.
Yeah.
And it bit me and I've never looked back. So Mozwale is an actress. I can say a radio producer because I still have that under my accolade.
Of course, yes.
And I'm a mother.
Yeah, that one. That one.
And I'm a mother. Wait, let me do it right.
Yeah.
I'm a mother first. And then I'm an actress.
Yeah.
And then I'm a radio broadcaster.
Yeah. But when let's
go Kagiso in the West Rand.
Okay, why do you think
people, I know. I was about to say that a lot of people think Kagiso isn't like stop. So they always think Kagiso is in the Northwest.
Yes.
Like, no, it's in the West Rand, in Johannesburg, in Krugersdorp. Well, now known as Mogale City. So born and bred in Kagiso.
And how was your childhood?
Sure. That is actually a very painful question for me because I have no recollection of my childhood. When I was 8 years old, my mom got into a very bad accident and she became a quadriplegic, meaning her spine broke from neck down. So all 4 limbs were not working. So I have no recollection of everything that happened before my mother's accident, and I was 8. And everything after that also is very blurry, I sadly wasn't raised by my parents because they divorced when I was 6 years old. Obviously, my dad was out and about doing his own thing. My mom was in rehabilitation for the accident. So I was raised by a village, you can say, my grandmother, my aunt, but I wasn't raised by my parents per se because of the cards that we were all dealt.
And are there like happy moments that you remember growing up?
Like I said, my recollection of my childhood is very blurry. But now that I have grown and I have my own child, I can actually appreciate how my grandmother took me in when her own daughter was in that situation and how my own aunt took me in to raise me and make my life better so that I can become the woman that I am now. Back then, I'll be honest, I didn't understand them. I thought they didn't love me. But now I realize that they were also my grandmother was dealing with her child having to go through that. My aunt was having to deal with her sister having to be like that. So I was like cushioned. I could say I was very cushioned. Don't do that to me. Don't speak like that to Motherhood. She doesn't clean. She doesn't cook. Just let her be, because everybody felt sorry. Because wherever my mom was, I was there. I was like my mother's handbag. So even when they had to tell me about my mother's condition, it was tough. That is one of the memories I actually remember, even though everything else was blurry. I remember when they had to sit me down and tell me that Mama uko because of 1, 2, 3, and the first time I had to see her in that condition. So it's been tough. I'm really glad that they really tried to love me the best way they knew how. With the cards they were dealt.
And it's amazing how some of the things, like you're saying, we see them when we're older and we understand them better when we're older because of our own experiences that, man, they really tried. Because we see now how difficult it is. Even with the resources that we have and everything that we have, it's tough to raise a kid.
It is.
Now imagine then with what your mom was going through and then they had to take you in. I think they did.
They did. That's why I'm like, I can appreciate that now. To say, actually,
Yeah.
They loved me.
Yeah. And you spoke about radio. How did you enter the industry of acting?
So when I was young, my mom always took me to auditions.
Really?
My mom was also once an extra. Go Back of the Moon generation.
Back of the Moon.
Do you remember Back of the Moon? My mom was an extra there.
Oh, okay.
So it's always been something that she loved. So obviously it was natural for her. And I'm a good girl.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it was natural for her to also want to see a child on TV. Yeah. But obviously after the accident, that stopped.
Yeah.
So from 8 years until well into my 20s, I stopped. I didn't do anything at all in acting. But we grew up listening to the radio. Lesedi FM, Motsweding FM, those were the two, obviously, because my mom absolutely adored the radio. She would make me like call in. Oh, and then it gets like, hey, why is this a good phone? Why can't I just call? I'm like, I don't want to call in. So growing up, it was a radio household. So it was easy for me to kind of gravitate to radio because I'm not your typical accountant or lawyer. I've never been interested in that. I think I just have media in my blood. So it was an easy thing for me, like an alternative, I would say, for me to just tap into radio and go to school for radio and learn it in a broader perspective.
Yeah. And did you ever work on radio?
I did.
Which radio?
Before I became an actress, I was a content producer on Radio 2000.
Really?
At the tender age of 24, I had to produce for 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
So that was...
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
But they made it, they were so accommodating that they made it, they made me love actually researching and thinking like a 40-year-old would think, because I have to come up with the topics.
Yeah.
I have to come up with the music.
Yeah.
You know, the clocks. You know, radio has 3 clocks. I have to plan every clock for the show. So it was nice. It was an interesting journey. I actually had a good time. And it's shocking that I was good at it.
Would you go back?
That's $1 million question. The reason I left Pasi was I always believed that I was helping somebody else accomplish their dreams.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one. I'm an actress, man. Yeah. I relay whatever God needs to relay in the world through my acting.
So, and then acting, your first role. Which one was your best, the first big role?
Pasi, my first role, Generations, The Legacy.
I remember.
Scarlett, sexy model.
With
first
the candles.
Role, mapona.
Ka di candles. Ke bone ba go tshela ka di wax.
And when you're an actress, you know what it's in real life,
I know.
Right? It's not a joke, guys. That was real. They applied a bit of baby oil so that... I loved it. I loved it. But I wasn't ready for the backlash that would come from me being semi-naked on TV. I was raised in the church. My grandfather, my grandmother, Mother's Union, and then your grandchild on national television, naked. Because to adults, you are naked.
You are naked, yes.
You know, so the backlash was very... I think I didn't think it through. I was young. I received so many no's, got the audition. So that was my first yes. And it was on Generations, The Legacy. I wasn't thinking about anything else. The person who held me down was my mom. She's like, and then I act.
You are
proud saying TV. Yeah, that's the cost of you bragging. So I really, when I say I loved my mom, I didn't love her because she was my mom. I loved her because of the woman she was. So even if she wasn't my mother, she would have been my friend, you know. So she had my back and she made it easy. And if since and that's it. So she really kept me grounded. But it really hurt me because I was young and the backlash and it was bad. But my mother really helped me like get through it.
Yeah, but in your age now, let's say you had to redo it again, would you take the role? I didn't even finish the question. You wouldn't.
No, babes.
Yeah.
No.
I hear you.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not really worth me exposing myself like that, especially for the benefits that don't come with me having to expose myself like that, because that is a carbon print. It will forever be. It's there. It's out. It's there. Anybody can search and you can find me naked. You know. So I wouldn't do it now. No.
Yeah. But anyone who's like young as young as you were, would you advise them to take their time and think about the roles, the type of roles that they take? Because like you said, I'm sure there's certain things that I did on TV that I felt like, if it was this age,
No, yes.
I was not going to agree to take in that particular role. Any young mom or young woman who's watching, would you advise them to like, okay, just take it because you're young and then later on not labona, or are you saying that they must think it through before they take such roles?
So it's a really tough one, right? Because everybody's on a different journey.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to get old. That's one thing my mom taught me. Are you saying, no, when I get older, maybe I'll regret it? Who says you're going to get to that age, Motsalit? Which is a powerful and profound thing to say, that you are not doing what you want to do now because you're thinking longevity, or when I'm 60, I'm probably going to regret this. Who says you're going to get to 60? You know, but obviously you have to think something like that through, because like I said to you, it's not something I would do now, but it's there, it's accessible. Anybody who wants to see my body can easily access that. I have a daughter now, and they're going to show her that growing up. And I have a lot of explaining to do. But when you know who you are and you stand firm in who you are, then nobody can shake you. If you know it's something you can stomach for the rest of your life, then do it. Absolutely do it. Yeah.
And how was your relationship with your mom in your older Mo, Osole, in your 20s now? I used to follow your journey on your stories with your relationship with your mom. And I'm really sorry about your loss, because I don't know you, but I social media has a way of making us think that we know each other.
Yeah.
And you lost your mom.
I lost my world, Pasi. I didn't just lose them, I lost my world. And I always say to God that it's so unfair how my mom and I were robbed. Because my mom didn't raise me because she was away for rehab. I've never hugged my mom, Pasi. And that's a void I'm going to die with. No matter how. I can do therapy, I can whatever, I can hug my child.
Yeah.
I'll never receive a hug from my mother. I'll never experience going to the mall with my mother, Pasi. So I was robbed of having a mother growing up. My mother was robbed of being a mother. And just when we were connecting at my big age, because now she was back home, and I left my aunt's place saying, thank you so much for raising me, but my mom is back. I would really love to just
spend time with her.
And even though my mom was disabled, her mind was sharp.
Yeah.
You know? So just when we were bonding and growing, she was taken away from me. And nobody can ever fill that void. My mom had my back. So I was robbed of so many things in this world, and I can never get them, no matter what. But this is my journey.
Yeah.
And it's time for me to embrace that this is my journey. There's nothing we can do about it yet.
Yeah. And let me get some tissues for you. Thank you. Because when and I'm sorry. I really am. And I'm crying with you because when you are pregnant and you still have your mother, it's such a blessing, Mo. And I'm sure you felt it when you were pregnant. You felt like la midwife akata, la your mother-in-law akata. The day I became pregnant is the day I realized how much batswadi ba le bohlokwa ka teng ho rona.
Yeah.
And I feel for you because you didn't get to experience that. But like you said, we're here now.
Oh, we're here now.
Yeah.
We're here now.
Yeah.
I felt it the most when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Pasi, I was alone. The people that were supposed to hold my hand through that left me. The last time I saw my family was at my mother. The only reason they know I'm alive is because, well, I'm an actress. If I die, it's not have.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only reason they know that I'm still alive. But my aunt and grandmother did try their level best.
Yeah.
But the rest, I last saw them at my mother's funeral.
Yeah.
It was a tough journey.
Yeah.
It was tough. But I had to go through that, Pasi. And I remember after losing my mom, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
Girl, I damn right lost my mind.
Yeah.
I was on antidepressants and anxiety meds.
Yeah.
And I remember asking God, what now? And I felt pregnant a few months later. That's why my daughter is Arabile.
Yeah. Because you
when I asked God, what now? He said, now you become a mother.
Yeah.
Now you become a mother.
Yeah.
So even though I was going through it all, nothing shook me, Pasi.
Yeah.
Because my child, I had to be strong for my child.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to be strong for my child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, social media, like I said, it has a way of making us feel like, oh, it's like we're checking in, oh, she's still good, she's still fine. And is it one of the reasons why you kept your pregnancy private? Because you felt like, I want to enjoy this moment by myself without anybody, not that it's a must for anyone to announce their pregnancy, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You told us yesterday.
I know. And then Mugelings unkana bilotsa makamauto. Aibo.
That très bien mo. Cause ke mona ke o tsama ka maoto. When you decided that, was it because of what you were going through?
Yeah.
Or even if you didn't go through that, you would still do it the same way, that you want to enjoy your pregnancy and then later on
yeah. But no, I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. If I didn't go through all of that, like if I didn't lose my mom before falling pregnant, I would have posted.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the maternity shoot for a reason.
Yeah.
So I would have definitely posted. But like I said, sure, I was going through the most. I wasn't even thinking of saying, Dumelang, guys, I'm a mother now. And it's sad. I didn't get time to celebrate me being a mother, Pasi. It was survival of the.
Yeah.
It was survival of the fittest. You know, there was just a lot going on. I was still grieving my mom. Yeah. Now I'm pregnant. Then my body betrayed me because Unkarab is actually premature. That's another betrayal to me. I'm like, how? Body.
Yeah, body.
So I couldn't even carry
were you
full
too
term.
small?
I wasn't too small. I was fine. She came, got 8 months.
Yeah.
And now, you know, the stereotype and my grandmother is like a believer in the superstitions. So she was like, 1 hour, 8 months hardly survive. So survivor was 6 months, weird enough. 6, 7 months, and obviously 9 was survivor. But, you know, I was like, why would you tell me that?
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. Yeah.
So she was like very scared when that happened. So she's like, Motoledi, I'm scared. I'm like, why? She's like, no, 1 hour, 8 months, I can't survive, Motoledi.
And
Kyo, 4 years.
What's am I?
What's am I? Yeah. So there was also that. I was recovering from my body betraying me. My mom is gone.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to celebrate and just bask in this beautiful answered prayer. Because remember, I asked God, what now? And he said, Here's your answer. So I didn't have time to fully embrace being a mother then because I was dealing with so many emotional and spiritual things. Girl, you're spiritual, you know.
I know, yeah.
There was a lot of attacks in that regard too. So I didn't have time to be like, guys, dumelang, I'm a mother now. I didn't have time for even me to be like, wow, Mo, you're a mother, because it was survival.
Yeah.
You need to make sure your child survives.
Yeah.
And where was superstition?
Yeah, sorry to cut you.
No worries.
Where was work in between this? Like, I get a work, were you shooting or were you were not shooting?
No, luckily I wasn't shooting, so thank God I didn't have to stress about that too.
Because that's another world altogether.
So my only focus was me and the child, me and the child, me and the child.
And when did you start enjoying the girl?
Sure, like
enjoy. But you learning to live with the pain. When did you start enjoying Nkarabil?
I would say honestly when she was like 2. Yeah. Then things, started clearing out. Yeah. My mental health was good. Yeah. Spiritually, I was also good. Mentally, I became good. So yeah, when she turned 2, I was like, wow. Hey, bestie. Hey, bestie. It's you and I now against the world. So yeah, when I would say right about 2.
Yeah. And what are the fun moments with you and your bestie?
Listen, everything. Just like my mom and I, Nkarabil is my handbag.
Yeah.
Point in case.
Next door.
Nkarabil is my handbag. And she just loves me, man. She just lights up my world.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's that unconditional love that you'll only experience with your child. Nema, when I wake up, even she thinks I'm the most beautiful woman in the world.
So pretty.
She loves me, and I'm like, I've never seen. It's just me and her against the world, and it's not easy, but it is what it is. The other day, she came home and she's like, I've been sleeping with her this whole time for 8 years. And in your room.
Yeah.
I not? I'm so sad. Like to make sure, like, I miss her small hands cuddling with me, but I'm like, I have to let, like, now we must revamp a room. I have my own room. And I was sad.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be the same mom. I'm gonna be honest with you. She started kindergarten this year.
Yeah.
That's how I was prolonging Nkarabil going to kindergarten. Nkarabil got to kindergarten. Bye, Mom.
Just like that.
Ma'am, I am your mother. It's you and I, buddy.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah.
I was the one who was having a hard time. She wasn't having a hard time.
Yeah.
Like, bye.
And did she have any complications with the premature? No. Nothing.
The only painful thing for me in that moment, thank you for bringing me back because I'd forgotten about it. So she was premature. Obviously, she had to go to the natal for a week. When my mom passed away, she was in ICU because she had just gotten an operation. So she had those tubes and wires to her. And now my child is born and it's the same thing. Tubes down.
It felt like a trigger.
It was a major trigger for me. Oh, wait till how I survived that. Only God knows. How I had to go natal.
And those visits, because naturally or normally when you're done giving birth, you go with your child home.
No, I wasn't. I didn't even get the chance to embrace her. No. Nearly tibang. Because it was an emergency. But I wasn't dilating, girl, for 22 hours. I was 1 centimeter. Okay. For 22 hours. So my labor was a lot.
And when it's like that, you're still going through pain, right? Labor pains.
Yeah. I'm still going through those contractions. Nkarabil got tired because she's pushing to come out. But my body is just saying, yeah. So they had to cut me up quickly. Like, they told me now, 15 minutes later, Nkarabil was here. No joke. You know how we shoot in the bed and they rush?
Yes.
That was me. Rushing.
Yeah.
Rushing to get me to theater.
Yeah.
So that my child, because she was tired.
Yeah.
Satani are Nkarabil had not on my watch.
Yes.
Darling.
Yeah. Why?
On my watch.
Yes.
Please.
And how is your faith? Because sometimes when you go through what you went through, it's either your faith becomes stronger or you'll be like, why is God doing this to me? How is your relationship with God?
I was angry at God because I always tell my friends that for me, it's been a long journey from my mother going through that, me experiencing life like that, and now my child. So it's been a long journey for me. So when I say I'm tired, God, I'm like, I'm tired. Let job eventually. Can't like a job So I was really angry at God. And I think that's one of the main reasons I kind of off-ramped and kind of looked at other things to make me feel better. Because then I started consulting because I needed to know what's happening. Because like I said, it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
Something must be wrong.
Yeah.
So, and I tapped into a space that I should have not tapped into, which added more to my depression and things going wrong. But God, just one day out of all that mess, I'd hold on to me. Hold on. And don't let go. And that day, I still remember it very vividly. I held on and I've never looked back. So my faith now, Satan, you're going to need backup.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You're going to
need some backup, okay?
Definitely, because like faith is something, and as you speak, as you share everything, not all I see is how much God loves you.
Oh my God.
That you're still here. That you can even be able to have this conversation through you. I really do. Because you are here. You know, and I'm sure there are many women who are watching this podcast who are going through something similar or worse.
Yeah.
And when you go through it, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
But now, how bua? The reason why I'm saying God loves you, I'm sure or something. You know what I mean? I just see Matlamudimo through you. I really do.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Koko also next door, you know, through her smiles and hair jumping up and down. Isn't God amazing?
He's amazing.
He is. He really is.
Yeah.
And what's next?
Yeah.
Okay, before you know what's next, what makes you happy? Like, chocolate. I'm trying to think, now what makes me happy? Like, if I buy myself a perfume.
Yes.
Even like this week for me was tough.
Yeah.
Somewhere,
Exactly.
like, what makes you happy? Like, it was smiley, saying, okay, cool, I'm happy. Even if it's for 2 minutes.
Sure, that is such a loaded question and you don't know, because I'm still trying to figure out what makes me happy. I'm still really, I don't have like an absolute answer for you. But invite me again, maybe in a few months. Then I'll let you know. This is the, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
But honestly, I love working. I love being on set.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoy being on set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how's that going? What are your plans? Ish. Yeah, no.
It's been a while, Pasi. Been unemployed for a while.
Yeah.
I've been unemployed for a while. I've been
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been home.
with
I'm loving,
so much
but
talent.
I'm not laughing.
With so much talent.
With so much talent.
But if I may ask, one thing I learned, and I'm not trying to be mamngani.
Please do.
I think I'm older.
Yeah. Also, I'm very shocked about that.
One thing I learned in our industry is that this passion is not going to give us the wealth that we want. And that's a fact, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
That this passion, that this acting thing, it's always like in with the new, out with the old, or someone is hot, someone is not.
Yeah.
It's your time, and it's not your time. But I think what I can say to you is that you have it all. It's a matter of maybe God bringing an idea in your head. There's no way refuse that.
No, I refuse. Yeah.
No,
I refuse.
So I think maybe you were being home for a reason, but bigger things are coming, and those big things,
they are.
Sometimes you have to create them yourself.
I'm going to look at you and say they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend and I are working on something very beautiful.
Danko.
Yeah.
There you have it.
My friend and I are working on.
Yeah. And work on it. Yes. And work on it. You know what I mean? Work on it. Because I tried my best. I'm like, Mujimwaka, I'm not going to go back to Bloemfontein. I'm not going to go back to Tala. Hence, you will find myself, I will make clothes. I try my best because our industry has no money. Lao sebetsa. Ifela no. That is season 1.
Don't even touch that.
Like 100,000 inyana.
And people always think that 100,000 is a lot of money for an actress.
No, it's not. Yeah. For anyone. Because I get away. It's a lot if you are a singer.
Monthly. Oh yeah.
And monthly.
And monthly.
Yes, monthly, and let's say wagiga.
Yes, if wagiga, then every weekend.
2 shows.
It's 100,000 after a year.
Yes.
You are trying to stretch it for the months to come.
Yeah, and dikoloto tsa nnete seng gore o kenya mo dikolotong. Dikoloto tsa botshelo, ngwana ya sekolong. You have to pay rent or bond. Like there's a lot that's happening. But I'm happy for the plans you have with your friend. May God just keep on blessing you. And I can't wait. The next time for real. That plan.
Yes.
And then we have witnesses, right? That plan that I had.
Yeah.
Hana, usikayiketsa. Emma, sukuma mzalwane. Sukuma mzalwane. Yay! Nakahana mo. I'm like, you have it all, and you're gonna have it all, and you have something to live for.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But our industry is not fair.
Oh, our industry is not fair.
Yeah, because I know you're so talented. I've seen you play different roles.
Yeah.
Different times.
It's like they do this, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
what's her favorite thing to do?
Oh my word. So Unkarabile is a mixture. She's very athletic.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
Because she chose karate over ballet.
Love her.
Ballet. But she also... Yeah, we have a lot of people to do that, girl. So she's very athletic.
Yeah.
Oh no. I know. Because the last gig that I did which was in 2023. I shot a Soweto Love Story, June of 2023. That was my last. But anyway, when Ungabile watched it, she knows word for word. Like there's a scene that she loves.
Yeah.
She absolutely adores that scene.
Yeah.
She says what mommy says. But also I get the plans, my friend and I.
Yeah.
So she can act.
Oh, she can act, and then
I got you covered, baby girl.
Other things, and it's not gonna be like how we are now, where it's like salary every month. She can act, and then she'll do other things, and then she will karakata other people.
She must karakata. List karakata.
Definitely. Any advice you would give to women, not just moms? Women, moms, men who've been through something similar. It doesn't matter how, but losing a parent it's painful. Any advice you would give to them right now? Or something that helped you to go through?
To allow the emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the only way that I'm still here now, in the headspace that I'm in now, is because I allowed the emotions. I allowed myself to lose my mind. I allowed myself to feel it. I allowed myself to get to a point where even now I realize that I needed help outside of me and prayer.
Yeah.
So in allowing myself to feel those emotions, I was able to look at myself and say, okay, let's get up and get the help that we need. Because people run away from the emotions so much, and it only makes your life even worse.
Yeah.
You can't. Yourself will catch up with you.
Yeah.
So as painful as it is, allow it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have days where you don't want to get out of bed. Don't get out of bed because you're having that day. But like you said, like you said.
Yeah.
Emela
Yeah. Let's play a little game.
Oh Lord.
I'm sure makeup was wrong. I'm sure get dark. Anyway. Woo!
Sorry, man.
So you're gonna tell me two things. The other one is the truth. The other one kemaka. And now I must guess which one is the truth and which one is a lie. Linda, I'll do the same. I'll tell you two things about myself, not about Trump.
Trump
Okay, cool. So you start.
Okay, I'll start, ne? So wait, one truth, two lies. That's the game.
Yeah.
Okay, number one.
One truth, two lies.
Hey,
okay,
one
cool.
truth, two lies, right? Cool. I am an award-winning actress. I have alopecia. And I'm married.
Can we say two lies, ne?
Two lies and one truth.
You're not married. Oh, I don't know. You're not married?
How do you know that? Give mommy daddies. I see a love house couch.
You're not married, I think, and but you cut your hair, so you could have alopecia. Damn it.
Which one is it?
Oh, did you win an award? You're not married. You don't have alopecia.
Okay.
You have an award.
From where, my skirt? Can we talk about that before we wrap it up? Which award?
Royal Soapy something. So you have alopecia?
Girl, I don't have no award. Yes.
Oh, and when did you know about alopecia?
Actually, so I only discovered that it's alopecia a few years back. For years, I just thought, because I had dreadlocks growing up and used to twist, I thought maybe I lost my hair because of the twisting. But no, just a few years back, I realized, that's why I've been cutting my hair.
Your hair. And how's that? Oh, like in a little
right? Yeah. So it really doesn't bother me because, like you said, luckily it really suits me. If it didn't suit me, then...
Of course, if you had my head, if I would have alopecia now, I'm in trouble.
Oh, no, man.
Are you in love with
Lima?
Se unkadimileng sona haurikisibusetse. Do you think our generation will end up being in good relationships as we close? Like, it looks like every second woman sitting on this couch is either single or...
No, I've been single since birth. Unkarabil is 4. Could have been alone for 4 years. You understand? That's why I guess it can't be that difficult to find love. Yeah, Khan. You're shocked, innit?
Modimo, ha re kwala mo, utlwa thapelo tsa rona ntate. Modimo, utlwa thapelo tsa rona Jehovah, because we are here and it's pelele.
No, it's pelele.
Like pelele, right? Hey, I was Anyway, thank you so much, Mo. Thank you. Thank you for just being vulnerable with me, and thank you for sharing everything with me.
Yeah.
And like I said, now I know the next time we meet, we're going to have a different conversation altogether.
Mafra.
Because God loves you and what you want wants you. Good things are coming.
Thank you.
Because at least Moyawaha now is on the right place. Yes. You went through it. Now it's your time
to shine.
Yeah.
The year of taking my power back.
Thank you. Oh, it is well. Don't forget to subscribe.